Do you want to know what women really want? Women love men who do this. You heard that right. In this video, we're going to reveal a secret that most men don't know but women find incredibly attractive. And here it is. Women love men who embody the spirit of Stoic philosophy. Now, you might be thinking, I'm not a philosopher. That's not my thing. But trust me, this is something that every man needs to hear. The Stoics were a group of ancient philosophers who lived between 300 BC and 200 AD in Greece and Rome. They had some pretty big names among their ranks. Seneca and Marcus Aurelius. These guys weren't just sitting around in their robes all day. They were real-deal philosophers who had some serious wisdom to share with the world. And what they taught still holds up today, especially when it comes to attracting women. Now, you might be wondering how exactly being a Stoic can help me attract women. Well, let me tell you, there's a lot more to these ancient philosophers than meets the eye. So, keep watching to find out what they have to teach us about winning over the hearts of women. No one. Stoic men are confident, but not arrogant. Confidence is key when it comes to attracting women. Nobody wants to date someone who's all shaky and unsure of themselves. But it's important to strike the right balance. You want to come off as arrogant or overconfident, because that can be a major turnoff. Stoic men are confident without being cocky. They know their worth and they're not afraid to show it. But they also know how to stay humble and grounded. Marcus Aurelius, the great emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said, "A person's true wealth is the measure of their character." For Stoics, it's not about how much money you have or how many followers you've ever got on social media. It's about the kind of person you are, your integrity, your values, and your ability to control your own emotions. Stoic men are unbothered by external factors like other people's opinions or the ups and downs of life. They know that true confidence comes from within. They've done the work to build themselves up, and they don't need anyone else's approval to feel good about themselves. And women love that. They want a man who is secure in his own identity and who doesn't need constant validation from others. It shows maturity, self-awareness, and emotional stability. And those are traits that any woman would be lucky to have in a partner. No. 2. Stoic men are emotionally resilient. Women want a man who can handle whatever life throws at him. No one likes a crybaby or a quitter, and Stoic men are the exact opposite. They're tough, resilient, and able to bounce back from any setback. The Stoics believed that emotions could be dangerous if allowed to control us. But they weren't saying to suppress your emotions. Instead, they wanted their followers to be aware of their emotions and choose how to respond to them in a healthy way. Seneca put it perfectly when he said, "He is wise who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he does possess." Stoic men don't waste time and energy on things they can't control. They focus on what they have and make the most of it. They're grateful for what they have and don't complain or whine about what they don't. This kind of positive attitude is incredibly attractive to women. They want a man who's optimistic and forward-thinking, not stuck in the past or constantly worrying about the future. No. 3. Stoic men pursue virtue above all else. Women want a man with strong morals and values, a man who knows what he stands for and isn't afraid to live by those principles. Stoics believed that living a life of virtue was the ultimate goal. It wasn't about wealth, power, or fame. It was about being the best version of yourself and living according to your values. Epictetus put it simply when he said, "It's not what happens to us that matters, but how we respond." Stoic men are honest, trustworthy, and compassionate. They're not afraid to speak up for what they believe in, even if it's not popular. They're not corrupt and they don't compromise their values for personal gain. Women love this because it shows that they can trust him and that he'll be there for them when they need him. They want a partner who shares their values and who will stand up for what's right. And Stoic men embody this kind of integrity. Number 4. Stoic men take responsibility for their actions. No one likes a man who blames others for his problems or mistakes. Women want a man who can own up to his actions and take responsibility for his life. Stoic men understand that they're responsible for their own happiness and wealth. They don't blame others for their problems and they don't make excuses. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." For Stoics, it's all about taking control of your mind and actions. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. Stoic men don't shy away from difficult situations. They face them head-on and work to improve themselves and those around them. They see challenges as opportunities to grow and become better versions of themselves. And women love that kind of positive attitude. It shows strength, maturity, and a willingness to learn and evolve. No. 5. Stoic men prioritize others before themselves. Putting others first is an important part of the Stoic philosophy. It's not about being a doormat and letting people walk all over you. It's about showing kindness and consideration to others and being willing to help those in need. Epicurus summed it up nicely when he said, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." Stoic men are generous with their time and energy. They are always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. They are not selfish, and they know that helping others is one of the best ways to live a meaningful life. Women love this because it shows that he's not only capable of taking care of himself, but also those around him. He's not self-centered, and he's willing to make sacrifices for others, which is a huge sign of emotional maturity and kindness. In conclusion, women love men who embody the spirit of Stoic philosophy because they're confident, yet not arrogant. They're emotionally resilient, not easily swayed by their feelings. They pursue virtue and take responsibility for their actions, and they prioritize others before themselves. But most importantly, they're real men who know how to live a virtuous and meaningful life. They're not afraid to be vulnerable, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. They're honest, compassionate, and reliable. So if you want to attract women, don't try to be someone you're not. Embrace your true self and strive to be the best version of yourself possible. The Stoics had it right. True confidence comes from within, and it's something that can't be faked. So embrace your inner Stoic and watch what happens. Women love men who are confident, emotionally resilient, virtuous, and selfless. And you can be that man. Don't wait. Start today. Learn from the Stoics and become the man women really want.